The only problem I have, it's spiders.
Kamera lähti, Petri vaan painoi duuni. Ja Aksel, yksi juttu vielä.
That's the only thing. I don't care if it's a centimeter.
Siinä se on, Petri. Ja Aksel, sun pitäisi valaista niin, että se ei tule niin paljon siihen puuhun. Eli enemmän vasemmalle, ei saa valittaa Aksel nyt. Enemmän niin, että se menee ohi Petristä. Niin, että se valo ei ole siinä puussa, vaan se menee enemmän niin kuin Petri sinne vasemmalta ohi. Aksel, se on edelleen siinä puussa.
No, there's no spiders, of course not. How silly of me. We are in the middle of the forest, where there's webs on the tree, but there's no spiders.
No. They come out at night.
Tää on niin iso laaja.
Joo, mut käännä sitä sinne, käännä Aksel sitä niin, että se menee, että se ei osu siihen, ota sormille. Se ei saisi osua tohon, ei saisi tulla tota valoa.
Okay. HOTEP is a mystery. It doesn't try to teach you anything or transmit any message. It just is what it is, a mystery.
We were inspired by the Egyptian Book of the Dead, stepping forth into the day, and we want this work to be different for every person who sees it, and each time you see it, it opens up in a different way.
My name is Matti Pyykkö. I'm a cinematographer for HOTEP. Artistic directed by Petri Salo. It was an amazing experience for me to be part of this crew. Petri tell me what to do and I did what I have to do, and it's my style, very aesthetic, basic compositions, not too much shaking cameras, not any phew.
But this is about consciousness, forgetting itself and expressing itself or appearing as a splintered mind in order to find itself as awareness, recognizing itself as awareness. And speaking about mysteries, I wish this to remain a mystery. So that's the reason exactly why I'm not going to explain it, because it needs to be a very personal experience for each spectator.
I think there's many references in the movie because it's relating to the Egyptian Book of the Dead, stepping forth to the day, and also the Elysian mysteries and many other ancient sort of texts, but also the modern day history of cinema from the 20s and 30s and 40s and even 50s, and it sort of like makes it into a sort of a collage of multi sort of level kind of story that's not a linear story, but it sort of slowly opens up in a spiralic form, and most people who can interpret it can find something for themselves in it that's meaningful. So it's really important not to explain it to the end from our point of view, and everybody should have their own experience of it.
Many motives that appear were inspired by our dreams. They added layers of interesting directions in a fractal-like dynamic way.
I said to David, why would I spend that money? Anyway, that's my story.
We shot the film in 3 different countries. The crew and the performers are from many nationalities, so the experience has been finding common ground between many different ways of doing things. The people involved were from Finland, Portugal, America, Canada, Ireland and Norway.
As a non-budget film project, we had to be very resourceful in utilizing our immediate environments as we were working.
The mystery of life and death is a constant underlying theme in the many sides of the work.
The soundscape became very important in guiding us as we went along. Timo Kaukolampi was the main composer, sound designer, with Juha-Matti Rautiainen, Romano Krivici, Anna Eriksson, Steve Delgado, Rui Almeida, and Paranoia,
A lot of philosophy, a lot of thinking in cinematography.
adding to the film.
Petri Salo, I'm so happy to work with him, and I'm looking forward another project where I can be.
You know, you can really ruin things by perfecting too much.
I think the main idea is the idea gets across rather than, you know, the technical things. So everybody's concentrating on technique nowadays, technology. I think, but they're losing the plot. The idea's gone, so maybe it's good to go one step back to find the ideas again. I think so.
What I was doing was just actually learning and editing and stuff like that.
Looking good. Wait a second, don't even start yet.
Maybe if you ask me.
Wait a second.
I didn't have much to do with the topic. A little to do with the creative process, but it was all with Petri and Axel. They were trying to project their painting techniques into the movie. So I was the channel. I was what was translating that painting part of them into crypto and computer conversation, stuff like that. So.
And you were also acting.
I was also part of it. But again, I know nothing about the ancient Book of the Dead. I know it's Egyptian, right? And not much more, man. Yeah.
It helps.
Fuck.
And I give my creativity for Petri and Axel and all the Nazavud production team. It was amazing experience to be part of this film. HOTEP will always remain in mind.
Oh, the phones! Oh my God, it's phones. Yeah, there's everywhere phones. We get phones, we get mummies, dead branches, and I guess these are the three themes. But phones, really, it's about communication. But it's communication in so many levels. It's this level of so-called living to the level of dead, so-called dead, and to God knows what level. Phones with mummies, mummies are calling and people are calling to mummies, and well, since mummies are everywhere.
We can get an app for that.
Wow, oh yeah!
An app for that.
Mummy phone app. You can continue from here, from this step, and you go, and you're looking that direction. What about coffee?
Great.
Guys? And cake!
Forbes magazine.
Where's the oven?
Are you awake?
The feather is a symbol of their soul.
And I need my cigarette.
That's awesome.
Nice. Like straw.
Where
Okay.
should my eyes be?
You just to the sea, but not to the camera.
Okay.
You're just in your thoughts.
See the square?
Yes, yes.
Oh
See?
my God.
Let's say, I want to focus the feather, right?
Wait a minute, I'm just gathering my thoughts.
Go ahead, that's good, that's very good.
We worked on this film as we do when we are doing our paintings, but with the film as there's movement and sound and compositional elements, very, very similar to as in the act of painting.
Hey guys, look at this. This is my absolute favorite. I mean, how can it get any better than this?
In your face type of thing?
Our organic way of working suggested new directions in making the work. Also, the non-linear story grew as we went along. It showed us what was needed to be done. Originally, this project was supposed to be a short experiment. Being inspired by the results, it grew to be nearly 10 years in the making.
Oh no shit, what time is it?
Obviously earlier.
The premise of using the story of the soul's journey in the Egyptian Book of the Dead was a starting point, but as we worked, many other facets of myths revealed themselves. Many motives that appear were inspired by our dreams. They added layers of interesting directions in a fractal-like dynamic way.
The editing process, it was fun. It was fun, a lot of fun, and I'm very grateful for being part of it.
Petri is explaining to me how the scene is going to be, and I'm starting to connect the cables to the modular synthesizer. Wood is burning in the fireplace, and I'm jamming and recording maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. Afterwards, we discuss how the take was. Axel, Petri, Alma and Alberto. We sit there and make this music. Maybe 2 or 3 jams per night. Always different. I always pull the cables in between the takes and start from the scratch.
Obviously, this movie is not for everyone, but there are people who probably will appreciate it, and we hope that people all around the world, whoever would see it, would enjoy it.
Yes.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's been important for us.
So that it would be a joyful experience. I think that's the most joyful experience. That's the most important.
Yeah.
To quote Joseph Campbell, the goal of the journey is to discover yourself as consciousness.